Hey guys, welcome back to another Armchair review where I'm going to be talking about Godzilla on 4K. I really don't do these reviews, I'm not feeling too well, so once again I'm recovering from a cold and just killing time watching a movie, and yeah, Godzilla was today's pick on 4K. Yeah, the biggest gripe you could say about this film is it's not a Godzilla flick. The design of the character is wrong and the spirit of the character is wrong. What Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin and Matthew Broderick gave us was a big fun spectacle, but please don't call it Godzilla. It's insulting to the character and insulting to the audience and insulting to the fans of Godzilla. It really was. It just kind of sucked in that regard. Now, as a fun standalone disaster piece, yeah, it has its moments. It's enjoyable. I mean, I've seen this movie a lot of times. It's been out since 1998 when Emmerich was on top of his game with movies like Independence Day and The Day After Tomorrow and Stargate. Great flicks. And he was really pushing the envelope with the special effects of the day. Now, the special effects in this Godzilla film here, well, in the 4K and the HDR, a new spit and polish, you can definitely see the seams in the CGI. It was just downright blurry in some parts, like it's dated, and you could really see the technology wasn't as crisp and vibrant, as beautiful as it is today. Like at the time, watching it at the theater and on DVD and Blu-ray, yeah, it looked good. But there's no hiding the seams on 4K because it's so clear and beautiful and crisp. You just can, it's not going to hold up. Not saying they're not good, they are fine for its time, but very dated. And the HDR is really kind of where this movie shines. It's dark in a lot of areas. Like the colors and the vibrancy is there. The HDR really does make it stand out, like the night scenes. And a lot of the lights during those night scenes really pop. There was a really beautiful scene at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, I'm assuming you've seen this movie by now. It's over 20 years old. Godzilla's been killed on the Brooklyn Bridge, and there's a scene of Matthew Broderick standing in the rain with some light shining down on him. That image in the 4K and the HDR looked absolutely beautiful. It was the best shot in the movie. A lot of scenes with the army, the explosions, yeah, it does look good. There's a strong layer of grain through this as well, and some scenes are actually downright muddy. The introduction to Jean Reno's character at the beginning of the film when he's walking down a backlit hallway on the way to interview a survivor, it's murky as hell. And then a lot of the other scenes where he's in a hotel room with his French troops, it's like they were shot on a different camera. Like those scenes once again were very, very muddy and really washed out and did not look good at all. So I don't know what the issue was there. It's like it was actually filmed from far away and zoomed in and not successfully. Like when you have a camera and you want to zoom in for a shot and it goes past the clarity and just kind of gets really pixelated and ugly, there was that. So the basic plot of the story is the French have done some atomic testing and iguana has become irradiated and turned into a gigantic Godzilla monster, which then makes its way to New York 20 odd years later and is pregnant and wants to nest and give birth to 30 to 40 plus mini Godzillas, who then are all born pregnant themselves. So, you know, we could have a massive population problem with, you know, over 40,000 Godzillas within the first year. So we can't have that. So Matthew Broderick and his team are out to save the day and stop Godzilla from multiplying and taking over the Earth and feeding him lots of fish. And yeah, the plot's really, really weak actually and stupid. In comparison to the recently released Godzilla King of Monsters, where the story was kind of weak and stupid in that one, they absolutely nailed Godzilla perfectly. He was no perfect. He was awesome and very faithful to the original vision from Toho. With this old Godzilla film, the story was weak and they didn't nail Godzilla. So yeah, it was kind of yeah, it's just not a Godzilla film, guys. It was fun enough. And like I said, I'm not feeling very well, so just chilling out, trying to just recover from this flu and entertaining myself. Yeah, cut the mustard, like 2 hours or so, just mindless mayhem. But over the years, I've become more of a Godzilla fan, and with the recent Monsterverse, where the previous Godzilla came out, and then the King of Monsters, and then all the original Tohos, I've got a real new appreciation for what Godzilla is as a creation. And it's just not it. I couldn't get past it. He's just not Godzilla. And he was small too. Like Godzilla in the new movies is massive. This guy was just a puppy dog compared to that. So anyway, I'll leave that gripe alone for a moment. So is the movie fun? Yeah. Are the action scenes good? Yeah, there's some pretty good destruction in this. Like I said, the quality of the image does change somewhat from scene to scene with the explosions. You can definitely tell they're superimposed on a negative, and then the grain does get pretty severe in some cases. Sometimes the image is crystal clear and beautiful and highly detailed, and other times it's muddy as hell. The sound was good. Like, the wife just popped her head in to tell me she was going down the shop, so I could barely hear her because Godzilla was roaring and there was explosions, so she really had to shout to get my attention. So yeah, that was fine. Would I pick it up on 4K? If you got the Blu-ray, Blu-ray's still pretty good. 4K, like, I'm a double dipper. Like, I am a big 4K fan, so I'm grabbing everything. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a better image, although I do have to admit the Godzilla here is better, in my opinion, over the Blu-ray because the HDR is where it's at. It's a really nice image for the most part. Unless you're a fan of the movie, don't necessarily go out of your way. There's better Godzilla films out there, but yeah, it's okay. So anyway, that's my mini review on Godzilla 1998. I'm not feeling well, so I did that for you. I hope you enjoyed my armchair review. I plan on getting well soon and doing more reviews proper. But until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.